Well, hello internets, here we are. We got ourselves a bit of a start to another day. Touch warmer on the temperature side. However, as a result, they're calling for a little bit of snow. But I guess it's better than -40, right? And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, let's get the day on the road. Well, of course, the last few days have been busy. Not busy as in working busy or busy as in building busy, but I have edited up, I think it was 27 videos in total this here weekend. I started going through the old Firepit channel videos, going back to, video number 1, and I made me a compilation mix for the Firepit videos. It's sort of a way to look back on, well, the videos and the editing of the channel and kind of where the channel had originated from. And then I edited up 9 or so vlogs, which will take me, well, better part of March, almost to the end of it, which, well, that's pretty good there. And I went back through and I started the process in not necessarily shutting those 2 channels down, but kind of making them a non-existent, I privatized all the videos on the channels, and the only 2 videos that'll be visible on the channels is the final farewell videos, and directing them over to the Maxwell's Life Entertainment channel. Like I said, it's a little hard to do it after all these years, but at the same time, if it's not going to benefit the cause, then you kind of got to let her go, right? And it's not like I am quitting vlogging or quitting making Firepit videos. I am just not going to upload them to those channels anymore. And if they're not going to make money, I guess there's no point in doing it, right? And I know I'm not in it for the money because, well, it never did pay. But at the same time, when you start taking away perks of the creator to make videos, then it takes away the motivation to do it. And especially with me uploading the same videos to the Maxwell's Life Entertainment channel, then it defeats the purpose, because then it actually hurts the Maxwell's Life Entertainment channel, because you have a 50-50 chance of clicking on a video that's not monetizable. So, whatever, right? Well, another comment on the whole demonetization of small YouTubers thing. Well, I've noticed a trend in the last couple of, last week anyway, of people stealing other people's content now. And people putting up content that they wouldn't have normally put up on YouTube, because now they have nothing to lose. Before, people were kind of abiding by the community standard rule thing, and because they had monetization, they were getting a little bit in every month, and without the threat of losing their monetization, they have nothing to lose now. So they're stealing videos and claiming them as their own just because they can, and then it causes issues with the original creators and things like that. And they're uploading videos that aren't or should not be part of YouTube. This is what happens again when you take away perks of the thing. You get sometimes you get the opposite effect from what you were trying to reach or trying to go for. But once again, it's their platform, it's their choice to do what they want. We're kind of at the mercy of what they decide to do, and they allow us to upload our videos there for free, and we should be grateful or thankful that, well, they allow us to do it for free, and even allow us to have the chance at the monetization that we do get, because, well, there's no reason why they should, you know, give it to us for free, right? Well, currently I'm doing myself a little bit of an interesting experiment. 2 years ago I was given one of those egg creature thingies. I think it's like a foam type of creature that is in a dissolvable egg shell. You put it in water for 24 to 48 hours. It dissolves the shell and turns into a creature like a dinosaur. And I hung on to it for like 2 years, you know, before I'd done anything with it. And I put it in water here yesterday, and I'm about 18 and a half or so hours in, and it's now just started to peek through the shell itself. So I'm not sure if I'll make the 48-hour mark, but I definitely probably will make the 24-hour mark. It is taking quite the toll on my batteries and stuff, and it'll be quite the feat to edit down a 48-hour video into a manageable 10-15 minutes or so. That would make a heck of a video too if I uploaded it in its full format to YouTube as well. Make like a 48-hour video of watching an egg dissolve away and turn into a dinosaur. I don't think I'll do that though, but just imagine if I did. Well, like I said, got some things to do, some editing to do, a couple things around the house I'd like to do. Keeping in touch with the batteries and the egg project. And before you know it, it'll be dark and around we roll again. So yeah, you guessed her. Catch you all then. Little bit of a early evening update. Well, of course, the morning was okay. A little bit on the quiet side, but well, that's the way she rolls sometimes. Well, babysitting the egg there, and we are 26 hours in now, and it's starting to hatch a little more. The shell itself is starting to crumble and dissolve, so I'd imagine probably by the 30-hour mark or so there should be a lot more progress. I've often wondered if that egg is slightly stale too, because there has got to be some kind of chemical or chemical reaction or something that makes the egg do what it does when it's exposed to water, or the item inside the egg do what it does. See, I've had that egg for like 2 years, and that chemical may have gone stale. And, well, we'll have to see how it goes. I've been trying to video as long as I can keep up with my batteries, but my batteries are depleting faster each time than what I can recharge them at. So eventually it's only going to be holding like a 20-minute charge before the next battery needs to be changed out. And somewhere around here, I believe I have the original, you know, power adapter for my Panasonic cameras. When I bought that one way back in, was it 2010, 2011 or so, I was given a bunch of cords and kind of like a starter pack, and that was in there. So maybe I can wire it direct. Yeah, I know I'm wiring it direct now with maybe only, you know, 15 or so hours left of the actual experiment, but I guess better late than never, right? Last night I didn't get much sleep, you know, sleeping an hour and a half, 2 hours at a time, even more than normal, you know, and having to get up, set your alarm to get up to check the egg. It's almost like having a child and having to get up during diaper changes. That's kind of funny there. I'm gonna post on the social media link, I think. I'm gonna post on social media here once that egg hatches a little more. Something about, well, remember last summer at Drumheller? Looks like I had a little bit too good of a time, and kind of like happy early Father's Day or something. I think that would be kind of a cute joke to post on the social medias. But pretty much, guys, of course, the day's been going good. The afternoon's turned out wonderful. We have a beautiful -4 Celsius afternoon. Tomorrow they're saying it could be +1. So maybe if my experiment is over and done with, I will venture out, fill up a propane tank. Just remembered my fan mail box hasn't been checked in probably 2 weeks. And maybe I'll end up in the garage. The garage itself needs a lot of tidying up, straightening up, and with my inability to move the snow like I wanted to, it's piled up around the garage where I don't want it to, so we stand a good chance of might have to be on flood control this year for the garage. So I have to make sure anything that is of any value is up off the floor before, well, you know, the potential water gets in. That's the downside about having an older garage, because they weren't landscaped or properly set up where they're higher than the ground, you know, and a lot of these garages were meant for storage of lawnmowers and stuff, not necessarily parking a vehicle in, or if it was parked a vehicle and it was a smaller car, not one of the great big 1970s cars with the, you know, great big wheelbases and, you know, 10 feet wide kind of a thing. But hey, it's a garage, it's a shed, it's a shop. It allows me to do projects, allows me to get in there when I can and do something, and well, it's better than nothing, right? Someday I would love to have the ability to have an actual workshop that takes up the best part of my backyard, but I don't think I'll ever reach that point, and if I do, I'll be too old to enjoy it. Some people work their whole lives and never reach their dreams, and others have the ability to have their dreams handed to them but yet never enjoy them. That seems to be the way it goes. Like I've mentioned in other vlogs about being a travel vlogger, however, you know, I'll never be able to do that full time. At the most I'll be able to do it is once every few years, do a vacation somewhere. Now that I have the camper here, the cargo trailer, it well, should be able to happen a little better. It's a little pricey, everything costs money, but we can make it work out a little bit better than what it did last time. Save money by staying in Walmart parking lots. Save money by having a bit of a better truck so it didn't suck back the fuel. I understand pulling a trailer is going to hurt the fuel regardless, you know, what vehicle it is, but when you spend more on the fuel than you do on the actual camping spot for the week, it kind of makes you go, But pretty much, guys, gonna go back inside and watch that egg hatch. You never know, it might hatch today, or we might be at her again tomorrow. We have ourselves an end to another day. Well, it was a good day, a little bit of a conditioning kind of day, if you want to call it that. You know, when you hear a bell, you start to drool, or when your phone goes ding, you have to reach for it, you know, that kind of day. When my battery light on my camera flashed, I had to go and change the battery, or, you know, staying awake or only sleeping an hour and a half at a time to change the battery for my little experiment. And I feel like one of those guys that just participated in a some kind of an experiment. You know, when the light flashes, you gotta go do jumping jacks or whatever. Well, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier about the power supply for my Panasonic camera. Well, when I bought the camera, they given me, you know, a power supply and a few other things. I just kind of threw them in a drawer and forgot about them because, well, I didn't charge the camera through the power supply. I had a desktop charger. And who really wants to be tethered down when they're videotaping anyway, right? Well, during this experiment, or this egg thing, I decided to dig it back out because, well, my batteries weren't charging fast enough. They were depleting faster than they were charging. So this way, with the constant, wall plug charger, it stays fully charged all the time and doesn't need to be switched out every hour and a half now, because my batteries hold about 4 hours of battery charge, and it was getting down to an hour and 15 minutes, and they needed to be recharged again, which isn't good for the batteries, for starters. So I was actually able to catch about 3.5 hours sleep tonight straight, so that was pretty nice. And the egg is coming along fairly good. It's been pretty close to 48 hours now, and it says now that I can peel away the shell and allow the dinosaur to finish growing in the water. So the next time the memory card needs to be changed, which is another 4 hours and 15 minutes from now, we will peel away the shell and then let it grow. I'm pretty sure it's probably close to being full grown right now. I don't really foresee it getting much bigger than the size it is right now, but I will leave it in there for another 12 or so hours, especially with the battery or constant supply the way it is. I can change the memory card, go out, get my propane that I want, and start the heater, and come back in and change the SD card, and then go back out and get a little more freedom. But pretty much, guys, gonna end her all here. Today was a good one, tomorrow's another one, and around we go. Hey, before I go, I would like to say thank you to a Patreon user named Class Clown. He or she was my first supporter on Patreon. Apologize again for not having Patreon only content, but once again we are trying to figure this whole thing out, and hopefully things will get better. But pretty much, guys, if you would like to help me on Patreon, feel free. The link is on social media. I will try to paste it down below. If I forget, check out it on social media, because it is there as well. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.